John A. Balcerzak is an American former police officer from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Balcerzak and Joseph T. Gabrish gained national attention in 1991, when they were suspended with pay and later fired for having handed over an injured 14-year-old boy to serial killer Jeffrey Dahmer despite bystanders' protests, as well as for the homophobic remarks made by the officers during the incident. The officers appealed their termination and were subsequently reinstated with back pay of $55,000 each by Judge Robert J. Perrins. Balcerzak served as president of the Milwaukee Police Association from 2005 to 2009. Balcerzak retired from the Milwaukee Police Department in 2017. Early life. Scarver is the second of 5 children and was born and raised in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. He attended James Madison High School before dropping out in the 11th grade, and was eventually kicked out of his mother's house due to habits leading him to alcoholism. Scarver was hired as a trainee carpenter at a Wisconsin Conservation Corps job program. He said that he had been promised by his supervisor, Edward Patz, that upon completion of this program he would be hired full-time, but Patz was dismissed, and as a result, Scarver's full-time position never materialized. This resulted in Scarver drinking heavily, and while in his drunken state, he began to hear voices calling him the chosen one. He was later diagnosed with schizophrenia and was said to have been suffering from messianic delusions. Murder of Steve Lohman. On June 1, 1990, Scarver went to the Wisconsin Conservation Corps Training Program office and found site manager John Fayen and employee Steve Lohman present. Forcing Lohman down at gunpoint, Scarver demanded money from Fayen. Upon receiving only $15 from him, the enraged Scarver shot Lohman once in the head, killing him. According to authorities, Scarver then said, "I need more cash," shooting Lohman twice more, both post-mortem. Then Fayen wrote a $3,000 check to Scarver, who then fired at and missed Fayen as he fled outside. Scarver was convicted and sentenced to life in prison and sent to the Columbia Correctional Institution in Portage, Wisconsin, in 1992. Murders of Jesse Anderson and Jeffrey Dahmer. On the morning of November 28, 1994, Scarver was assigned to a work detail with 2 other inmates, Jesse Anderson, serving time for the murder of his wife, and Jeffrey Dahmer, a cannibalistic serial killer. The detail included him cleaning the prison gymnasium toilet. When corrections officers left the 3 unsupervised, Scarver attacked Jeffrey Dahmer with a metal bar that he removed from a piece of exercise equipment from the prison weight room. He then beat Jesse Anderson with a wooden stick at the showers. He returned to his cell and informed a corrections officer that God told me to do it. Jesse Anderson and Jeffrey Dahmer are dead. Both men were mortally wounded by the beatings. Dahmer was declared dead an hour after arriving at the hospital and Anderson died 2 days later, after doctors removed him from life support. After being found competent enough to stand trial, Scarver received 2 more life sentences for Dahmer and Anderson's murders. It is believed that Scarver murdered Dahmer and Anderson, who were both white, because of Dahmer's murders of black males and because Anderson had stabbed his wife to death and attempted to frame 2 black males as the perpetrators of the attack. Scarver was quoted as having said, "Nothing white people do to blacks is just."